and just kind of changes your perception of them. Like, not necessarily bad, but you just can't ever look at them the same way ever again. This has happened to me fairly recently. I have a buddy of mine who's not like a good friend, but he's somebody I hang out with occasionally. And for years throughout high school, I kept hearing the same rumors over and over and over again. And I was like, nah, that can't be true. It can't be true. I just look at the source, it's all coming from ex-girlfriends, and I'm thinking, nah, just scorned lovers, they just want to bring down his reputation, can't be that big of a deal. So a few years back, I'm at the gym, just getting ready to go in and get my workout in, and he's leaving at the same time. And I just happen to notice he just gets out of the shower and he's changing out, and all of a sudden I realize, shit, it's true. It really is true. I look over, and the poor guy has a severe case of thumb dick. It just changed my whole perspective. I was suddenly going, holy crap, it's really true. Man, so now every time I see the poor guy, I just want to give him a hug and give him $20 and be like, go get yourself something to eat, man. It just, I mean, at least, if you're blind, your other senses kind of increase. You kind of get better hearing, you get better sense of touch. Even if you're in a wheelchair, there's other ways. You lose a limb, you got prosthetics, there's so many other things. But you got thumb dick, it doesn't matter. You're a hot dog in a hallway, this guy's got a Vienna sausage in the Grand Canyon. It just doesn't matter. Nobody cares. So, me being the sensitive guy that I am, I always tend to kind of put myself in other people's shoes. I was thinking, I was like, what would happen if I was in this situation? Just think about it. You're going through Tinder one day. You're swiping left and right, and all of a sudden, you get a match. Girl's pretty hot. You're like, oh, okay, so you start talking, you're a real gentleman about it. You're just talking, kind of get to know each other. And then all of a sudden, it takes that turn. She starts talking a little bit, a little dirty to you. You're like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. You're getting a little bit more interested. She starts talking dirty. You kind of take another notch. She takes another notch. And next thing you know, here comes the situation. She says it. She goes, if you show me something, I'll show you something. So now you're in this situation. You're sitting there thinking, all right, if I show her the good old dick pic, you're going to be like, but that's not going to work. She's going to see it, and she's going to realize this ain't going to work out. So now you're in a panic mode, and she starts talking hot and heavy. It's getting worse. Then she sends you a picture ahead of time, and you're like, oh man, now I'm committed. So you're thinking, what can I do? So you realize your best friend. You start talking to your best friend. You're like, oh, hey buddy, I really need you to do a huge favor for me. Look, as you know, I'm not necessarily the biggest sausage in the basket. I'm not gonna get there. So you beg him, you plead him, you say, dude, just send me a picture of yours, I'll send it to her, and we'll just play it off that way. Not a problem. So then she finally goes ahead and he sends you the picture. So you're like, okay, so you send it to her. But you don't realize the fact he's swinging Thor's hammer, and you got thumb dick. So you send it to her. She gets all excited, she's happy. She's like, okay, now we're talking. But then, now you realize you're gonna have to go on a date with her. So you go out, you're getting there, you're in the bedroom, everything is getting hot and heavy. And she's just waiting for you. You're kissing, everything's looking good. She's waiting for you to take the pants off, and she's waiting for, only thy who is worthy shall handle the mighty Mjolnir. But instead, you're gonna whip it out, and it's gonna be Thumbelina, Now you got a whole other situation of disappointment to deal with. So, taking a left turn here, I was thinking the other day, I have a serious problem with the whole opiate crisis. I've always kind of not been a big fan of opiates. And mine becomes just a simple little issue. When I was younger, I went ahead and got a vasectomy because I got 3 kids, I put in my work, I'm done. 3 is enough. So I went ahead and get a vasectomy, and I'm calling in my prescription. They tell me They're out of Vicodin, they're out of Percocet. They got my prescription ready, so I'm in a panic. I'm driving down the road, and every bump we hit, it feels like a midget is kicking me in the nuts. And then the worst thing is because I start envisioning a midget kicking me in the nuts every time I hit a bump. So I start laughing, and then I laugh harder. We hit a bump, I laugh harder, and it just keeps going on and on and on. But then I suddenly realize I still have Vicodin at my house. Everything is safe. So I go ahead, we get home, we get some Vicodin, I'm feeling happy, I'm good to go. But then I decide, you know what, I got a craving for some dots at the mall. So we go ahead, we cruise up to the mall, get me those dots. I'm feeling high as a kite, I got some Vicodin in me, my balls don't hurt, they've been on ice, so we're good to go. So I'm sitting at the mall, I'm just chilling, I'm enjoying myself, and for some reason, I take 2 bites out of my dots, and my hand just lets go. And I can watch it in slow motion, because I got that opium high going, and I just watch them drop, and they hit the floor, and they spill all over the floor. Worst thing is, I realized that was the last $3.50 I had, so there was no more dots in my future. They're all over the floor, and that is the reason why I hate opiates. But I'm Justin, and that's what I got for you tonight.
Sorry, hand. Clap, clap, clap.